Hey guys, so it's time to put these Android Titans up against each other. We do have the LG G5 and the Galaxy S7 Edge on the table, so I wanted to basically put them up against each other here. These are probably the best Android you can get right now in terms of the functionality, cameras, etc. But I'm guessing a lot of people might be thinking, is the G5 able to go up against the S7? We can certainly check it out. So just going to boot them both down here at the same time, and then we can turn them on as well. So we are also checking the battery performance on both of them. Both of them are fully charged to 100%, and also we're going to be looking at the cameras, like the wide angle camera, how it compares against the Samsung. You can see the Samsung does boot on a little bit faster here, which is nice. And as I said, we have charged both of them to the max here. So we can just do the speed test component here and have a look at the performance. Both of them are fully up to date. So far very similar. The G5 a hair, a little bit behind on that one. Very similar. Quicker on the G5 for the weather. G5 again for the dialer. This time the Edge for the messaging. So that was quite close. Maybe the Edge though just pipped it again. So very neck and neck here. A little bit faster on the Edge there for the App Store. We do have as well music. So LG's own music player is, very fast. We all know that. And also, what else do we have? We have LG Health. Let's try LG Health versus Samsung's Health. So about the same going into them, but obviously I haven't set that up yet. We can just have a look at a game. So far it doesn't seem to be clear cut, which one's faster, which is good. If you're getting the G5, you can see the performance is pretty much the same than the... But then again, that was faster on the Edge there to come up with that game. I did notice that. Also, we do have Liberty City Stories. So let's just go into this at the same time. What was that? So that wasn't really fair. It came up with an annoying pop-up I could never have anticipated. So we're going to just say about the same really for the app opening. You could nitpick and say that the Edge was just ahead, but I wasn't really that blown away by any differences, to be honest. So yeah, I think maybe the Edge is that little bit ahead, but that is to be expected, I guess. It is an Exynos processor, and I think Exynos is pretty awesome when it comes to processing technology. We can just have a look at the web browsing here. So a little bit faster to load the page on the Edge here. So let's try Daily Mail. Quicker here on the G5. So that is a nice speed there for the load. Both of them taking a while to load this particular link, but the G5 did recover quicker. So about 1-1 here. Let's try one more. Phone Arena. G5 again. I did notice that. So I am probably gearing towards the G5 when it comes to the web browsing. Look at that. Very clear cut and very nice performance. So, you know, maybe that is probably due to the processor, who knows. But we can just finally round off with a multitasking test and see how they go up against each other. Both of them have 4 gigs of RAM, so there shouldn't be any real differences. Reload here, 1 to the G5. Quicker here to recover. A little bit faster on the Edge there, 2-1. About the same. Camera, quicker on there, G5, 3-1. So very impressive here. You know, it's certainly not going down without a fight when it comes to the performance. Music. So a little bit of a reload on the G5 there, 3-2. S Health and LG Health, about the same. Let's try going back into the games. Quicker here, 4-2. So 4-2 to the G5. And finally, Asphalt. Reload here for the Asphalt, unfortunately. So what's that, 4-3, still ahead, which is very nice performance from the G5 indeed. But you know, generally I'd say in terms of the speed test, the differences are very negligible. You know, a lot of people writing off the G5, but really you can see they have done pretty much the same. You know, the G5 did better on the browsing though, as well as a bit on the multitasking, so that is pretty awesome. You can also notice that the battery life here, the Edge is actually draining faster than the G5, so the Edge should have a massive battery in it, and I would expect it to perform better really, which is pretty awesome for G5 owners. We can just have a look at the cameras as well. So we did do some low light shots, and I'd say basically, if I'm to be honest, the Edge does have the edge when it comes to the low light. If you look at this picture for example, you can see that this was zoomed in as well, about I'd say 3-4 times zoom. You can see a lot more detail here on the edge picture. The building appears a lot brighter, whereas a little bit of detail is lost with the G5. And I did notice that for some others as well, like this one as well. You can see a lot of the reflections. But generally, I'd say the G5 still does quite amazing when it comes to low light performance. The real benefit though with the G5 is obviously the wide angle lens, which allows you to get a lot more detail into your shots than what you get on the Edge phone. So for example, you can see that I've taken these two shots in the same area, and basically you can only see two cars here, but with the G5 you can pretty much see everything, which is pretty awesome. Same with this one, you can only really see three trees here, whereas with this one you can see the shop as well. So I really did enjoy the experience with the massive lens, wide lens that you can get on the G5. In terms of the actual picture quality, both are about comparable in terms of the good light. There's absolutely no discernible difference really, unless you like to look really close. So very nice performance from the G5 for the camera. It's certainly an improvement over the V10 and G4, although it's not probably quite up there when it comes to low light, if I'm to be honest. So that could be to do to the 1.7 aperture on the S7 Edge obviously. So you can have a look at the video recording. We did do a comparison here as well, and I gotta say, the video recording on both of them is absolutely marvelous, both doing 4K, optical image stabilized video, so you can have a look at that. It's fine. So, for the video, I couldn't really see too much of a difference. Both have a marvelous zoom capacity to make out detail far away. So at the end of the day, I can see here why a lot of people would write off the G5 in terms of the design. It does look a little bit kind of more conservative than the Edge. But when you consider the raw performance here, you can see the battery is a little bit higher on the G5 here. We did get some nice results from the browsing and multitasking, and that wide lens is a very innovative feature. I think the Samsung is a more safe kind of phone really. It doesn't really innovate so much as the G5, like with your modular design as well, which obviously you can expand if you do want that. But personally, I would have preferred it if LG made the accessories more affordable. Whoops. So I probably shouldn't have done that when the phone's on. But I think maybe the accessories will come down in price as things advance. But if they're not affordable from the offset, many people won't bother with them at the end of the day and just see them as gimmicks. And I think the some of the friends aren't actually available in other countries as well outside of like Korea, so that's just a little bit pointless really. But personally I'd say whichever one you go for, you're going to be very happy with the overall experience here. There's going to be people who don't like the build quality on the G5, and that's perfectly acceptable, but I don't actually mind it, to be honest. I've not noticed any issues with the, like some people have been reporting, like the edge here being out of line or whatever. I do notice like little creases here for the antenna, so you don't get that on the edge, obviously. I do like the display on the edge though a lot more than the IPS technology, which is good, but it's not quite as good, I don't think, as the Samsung displays, unfortunately. And I think actually in terms of the battery, maybe the G5 was being a bit of a cheater there, because as you can see now I'm ranting on. The actual battery has gone down to 91% and we do have 96%, which is quite weird. I did pull the battery obviously, so that probably didn't help there. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the comparison here. Two excellent phones nevertheless. I will be doing some more comparisons with them, like checking out the gaming, etc. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.